Now, your local Weather Authority forecast with meteorologist Nathan Kitchens.
Well, this winter's gotten off to quite a busy start here. In fact, temperature-wise, this is the 11th coldest December month to date at 21.3 degrees. That's over 10 degrees below average. And snowfall, well, no secret, we've had a lot more snow than what we would typically see by this point in December, with over 11 inches. That is almost 9 inches above average. Keep in mind, this is the third snowiest December to date here. But if you're not a fan of the cold and the snow, I've got some better news for you this morning. I know it's brutal out there right now, but the pattern is starting to change. We'll be getting into a milder flow of air overall for the back half of December. This is the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, which will take us through Christmas as well. And it's certainly indicating that our chances of a white Christmas are lower. I think at this point, the only hope of a white Christmas is if we can maintain that snowpack that we have now, which is pretty deep, but we probably won't have much of it left by the time we get toward Christmas. Outside this morning, skies are partly cloudy. It is still brutal. You don't need me to tell you that. We've talked a lot about the brutal temperatures here. Wind is starting to pick up, and while it's a good and bad thing here because it makes it feel colder this morning, but it's a wind flow out of the south. So that southerly flow is what will help us out today. You can see those winds are picking up across the region as that Arctic high pressure is now scooting its way over toward the east coast. We get that clockwise flow, and that's a south wind that will be fairly breezy throughout our day today. And that could cause a blowing snow. You know, that snow that we had, especially on Saturday, was that very dry, powdery snow. It won't take a lot of wind to start some blowing and a little bit of drifting as well. So on some area roadways, we could see some reduced visibility, and that snow may try to blow back over some of those roads that have been since cleared. So just keep that in mind for your travels today. We'll be watching out for some patchy blowing snow. But otherwise, it's a dry forecast. We'll have a partly sunny sky after a very rough morning getting out the door. It's a better afternoon with temperatures in the 20s. After yesterday, I think we can manage that pretty well. Look at the trend the next few days. By tomorrow afternoon, we go above freezing at 37 with sunshine, and we stay dry Wednesday with temperatures at 39 degrees. Our next system is a rainmaker, not a snowmaker. On Thursday, we see a strong area of low pressure swinging through. We'll have some gusty showers. Winds could be gusting 40, maybe locally as high as 50 miles an hour Thursday. Thursday's not going to be a great day, but it will be warmer with rain moving through our area. Not expecting a lot of rain. I think it'll be less than a half inch, but definitely with that rain and the melting snow, you know what that means, especially if you've got some pups that you're taking out every day. You're going to have some muddy paws to deal with later this week with the melting snow and the rain. It's just going to be a muddy mess out there. But temperatures do warm up, 45 degrees Thursday. We're back to colder weather Friday. In fact, Friday morning we're down to 15 up with a high of only 30. But the cold air moves out pretty fast again by Saturday with temperatures back into the 40s.